Once again, people, it is time for Funko News. And we got a lot to cover this time. There have been a ton of announcements in the past couple of days, really less than a week even. There's been a lot since I did an update the last time. And yeah, I mean, as I was putting this together, I was like, wow, it just felt endless with the amount of announcements that have come up. So before we can actually get into the Funko News though, I do have to give a big shout out to Cletus Selden of Cletus Selden Has No Life. That is the name of his YouTube channel. Now I'm pretty sure a lot of you are already familiar with him, but if you're not familiar with him, I do want you to get familiar with him. Obviously you see here from the pictures that he is a boxer, and I gotta be honest, okay, he contacted me by dropping a comment on one of my videos and saying that he had done his Pop Grail tag video, which was started by Cat D. My great friend Cat D started up this tag that's been going around the community. I know I had a lot of fun putting mine together. I've been checking out other people's videos. So yeah, he decided to do this video, and he shouted out some YouTubers in it, and I happened to be one of the YouTubers that he decided to give a shout out to. So I checked out his video. I really enjoyed it. I love the way that he put it together and the love that he showed for the community. At the same time though, when he first dropped a comment and he mentioned that he was a professional boxer, a champion even, I was kind of skeptical, because you just never know what you're getting when you deal with people on YouTube that you're not familiar with. But I did look him up and look up his name and everything to check him out and see if he was the real deal. And let me just show you all this real quick before we get to the actual Funko News. So here's Cletus doing his thing here. Watch closely now. Watch it coming here. The right. Oh, and then down he goes. So Cletus Selden is the real deal. But oh, this fight is not over, people. This fight is not over. And by the way, this is the first round of this fight. So keep watching here with me. Bear with me for a moment here, because the fight is still going. Oh, well, now it's over. Yeah, now it's over. So anybody wondering if Cletus Selden is the real deal? Yes, he is the real deal. He is the Hebrew Hammer. That is the name that he goes by. He is definitely the real deal. And he puts together great videos. It's really interesting to see somebody training for fights and then, in between the training, actually going out on Funko Pop hunts. I mean, there's nothing else like it that I've seen on YouTube. So definitely check him out if you've not done so. As a matter of fact, I'm going to link his Grail video down in the description. Do make sure that you check him out, and if you're new to his channel, let him know that FM sent you on over there. Make sure you subscribe and show him some support. But let's go ahead and get to the actual news.
This is Cringer, my fearless friend. Fabulous secret powers were revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic sword and said, "By the power of Grayskull, Cringer became the mighty Battle Cat."
So I had to share that clip with you all, because the latest item that dropped on the Funko shop, or latest at least at the time of this recording, was the Dorbs, the He-Man Dorbs on Battle Cat. And when I saw this Dorbs ride, immediately I was just like so struck by it, and I was just overwhelmed with nostalgia, because this was one of my favorite toys that I had as a kid. And I was one of those kids where, my parents, they did give me a good number of toys, but I didn't have like a crazy amount of action figures and, little cars and all these different things like a lot of other people had. I kind of had little by little, and part of that, of course, was on me. Things would break and this and that or whatever. But I remember that He-Man on the Battle Cat just so fondly. I absolutely loved it. So to see this Dorbs ride, it just really blew me away. And as a matter of fact, take a look here. So this is the original action figure on the original Battle Cat there, and I think they really did it justice. So it's actually, at the time of this recording now, it's actually still available on the Funko shop for anybody interested in it. Definitely check it out if you're nostalgic about He-Man like I am. Like I said, I think they really nailed the design, really did the characters justice. Keeping it moving here, and if you've been following my Funko news updates and everything, you will see a little bit of this repeated and that's just because I'm making sure that people that are new to my channel, because I do have some new subscribers, and shout out to all the new subscribers. Really appreciate the support. Hope you stick with the channel, but I want to make sure that, you know, new subscribers don't miss any of this recent news. So real quick here, there are some more Five Nights at Freddy's exclusives on the way. 3 of these 4 are glow in the dark. So there's the Toy Freddy, which is FYE exclusive. They have the Nightmare Freddy Walmart exclusive, Foxy the Pirate, which is a Toys R Us exclusive, and those are the 3 that are glow in the dark. And then they also have this Phantom Foxy, which is only at Target. So if you're a big Five Nights at Freddy's fan, just move around and look for these exclusives at these different stores. Now, they also have Pint-sized Heroes for Five Nights at Freddy's, and I'll be honest, I don't really follow that game series. I don't know a whole lot about the characters. Sometimes I recognize them when I see them, but I'm gonna kind of leave it up for you all that are, you know, big fans of the series. If you need to pause over the next couple of screens, do so, just to get a good look at what figures are available in each set, and then also the rarity as well. You know, check that out. So this right here is the main set, so you'll see this at pretty much any store. And do keep in mind, when you go to stores like GameStop or Hot Topic, you know, if they have exclusives, make sure, if you're trying to get those exclusives, I'll say make sure you're actually looking at their exclusive box, okay, because they may have the standard box here, the main set as well. So make sure you're looking where you need to. Okay, so next up here, this is the Hot Topic set. So yeah, they do have their exclusives in there, and like I said, I'm not going to try to break it down because I'm not a big fan of this series. You know, those of you that are big fans, I'm sure you're seeing the differences here. And then GameStop exclusives as well. So one more time, if you're a big fan of these and you're on the lookout for them, just kind of go back through those screens, you know, pause it, take the time to look and see exactly where you need to hunt to get the things that you want. Another reminder here, the Powerpuff Girls, they were first to market for the SDC exclusives last year, but now they are becoming commons. They're already up for pre-order on multiple websites, so if you want them, go ahead and jump on them, and, you know, check around with different websites too, because I know there are a lot of websites that do like basically bulk deals or package deals, I guess you should say. I should say whatever, or maybe bundles is more appropriate there. So I know Toy Wars is one site I've been hearing a lot of people talking about, that they offer bundle deals and everything like that. So yeah, if you're really interested in the Powerpuff Girls, you don't have to wait for them to hit the stores. I mean, you can check online, but I know how it is. Some of you may want to wait and actually see the paint jobs up close. So that's your decision there, what you want to do to get these figures. Just know that they are on the way. And along with the Powerpuff Girls, they do have 2 of their villains on the way as well. They have him and Mojo Jojo. You know, I really like Mojo Jojo. So I shared these figures before as well, but I do want to point out here that there is a chase variant of him, which is glow in the dark. So I didn't get to share this before because I wasn't aware of this before. So pointing that out to you all now, there is a chase variant of him. And by the way, it seems like there's been a lot of chase variants lately, and I'm really excited about that. To me, that makes collecting just more exciting when you're out there hunting and you know that there's that chance of coming across something that is super rare. So I really appreciate that Funko is doing that right now, that they are pushing more chase figures out there from different lines. Next up here for the WWE, and by the way, I'm a kind of an old school wrestling fan. I do watch wrestling here and there, you know, every now and again, but I still prefer to say WWF. It just sounds better to me. But, you know, regardless, when it comes to wrestling, professional wrestling, here we got Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, and already I'm hoping that they do a variant of him. They got to do a variant of him striking his pose with his flexing, you know, flex on that he's so well known for doing when he hops in the ring. I think that'd be really cool if they worked it out to do that variant where he could actually stand as well, because when he does that pose, that flex, he does have like one leg stretched out. So if they could work that out, I think that would be a really cool variant. And also here they have Kane with the mask on and everything, kind of a more old school look to Kane. So both of these here are actually Walgreens exclusives. As far as I know, this is the first time I think that Walgreens has gotten WWE exclusives. Now somebody can correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I don't recall seeing any wrestling exclusives there before. So yeah, if you're interested in these, check out Walgreens, and they have updated their website, so sometimes you actually can catch pop figures on their website as well. But of course, if you're a community member, if you're really linked up with other people, holler at the people that you need to that might be able to find these, if you know that the Walgreens in your areas just don't really deliver what they need to, or if you don't have Walgreens in your area. Keeping it moving here, another show that I used to hear about this show all the time, never watched it, but they do have Baywatch pop figures on the way, and as far as I know right now, it's just these two figures. Of course, they have David Hasselhoff as Mitch Buchanan, and then Pamela Anderson, CJ Parker. So these are the two that we know of right now. Maybe there will be more figures. I don't know exactly what's on the back of the box. Haven't gotten the chance to see that yet, but yeah, for right now, if you're a big Baywatch fan, yeah, you got at least these two figures there, and there is the movie coming up as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if they turn around and put out figures based on the movie as well, you know, with The Rock and I can't even remember all who's in that movie. I want to say Zac Efron, so maybe they'll do movie figures as well, but that's not something I know for sure. Okay, shared this before as well, Boss Baby. I just wanted to share it again real quick that there are two different Boss Baby figures that are going to be available, and then also the Pocket Pop, you know, the keychain figure as well. And I gotta say again, this movie looks like it's going to be pretty funny, so it might be one, I don't know, I might actually catch it in the theater, who knows. I usually don't go to see family movies in the theater, but this one does look pretty funny. Keeping it moving here, sticking with that family movie vibe, basically we got Beauty and the Beast here based off of the upcoming live action movie. Entertainment Earth has an exclusive. They have a flocked Dorbs, and as far as I know, there's really not a ton of flocked Dorbs out there. I've only seen just a handful of them. So this is actually up for pre-order on Entertainment Earth right now. You can go pre-order it, and then you also can pre-order the Dorbs, the Belle and Beast as well. They do have those up for pre-order as well, and the date that they have for these figures is March. I always say though with Funko, you never know for sure how accurate the release dates are, but that's what they have on their site right now. They have March for these figures. The Godfather. I shared the Godfather figures previously as well, but I only shared 3 of them because initially all that I saw was Michael, Vito, and Sonny. Those were the only images that I saw initially. And I was actually talking to Collecting Plastic, and we were wondering, like, why don't they have Fredo? And then, boom, you know, they showed Fredo, and Fredo looks on point. I think that Vito and Fredo are the ones that look most like the character. Like, you can really tell, if you know the movie Godfather, you can really tell who those characters are. Michael and Sonny, they're cool too, but I mean, you take them away from their box and they just kind of look like guys in suits, you know. But something else here that is new that I hadn't seen before is that there are going to be 2 exclusives of Michael Corleone. So they have an FYE exclusive, which is the exact same as the common, except the only difference is that he's in a gray suit instead of a blue suit. And then also Barnes & Noble is actually getting an exclusive. Again, it's going to be Michael in a gray suit. And then another difference is that he is rocking that fedora there, which I happen to like that one because it does remind me of an important scene in the movie. So I think he was wearing that hat when he actually went to carry out a certain task for his family. So I'm not going to say more than that. Hopefully, you know, if you're really into movies, you've seen The Godfather before, because it is a classic for a reason. But I'm not going to say too much about plot details though. But yeah, I am looking forward to at least getting, I would say, Vito, maybe Fredo, and Michael Corleone with the hat. If I could get that one, that'd be cool too. So yeah, I do like some of these figures here, and I hope I'm not stepping on toes here. Collecting Plastic was, I just think he has some really great ideas sometimes, so I gotta put this out there. He said that it would be very cool to have like a bloody version of Sonny, and if you've seen the movie, you know why. And I totally agree with that. That's an awesome idea. I don't know if it would happen, but that would be pretty cool. Now, I know some of you that follow me are wondering, why am I showing you these figures again? This is like the 4th time probably that I've shown you these figures. Well, there's an important reason that I am sharing these again. It's because now it is officially confirmed that Iron Fist, the 2 variants, Black Bolt, the 2 variants, and then Blade, these are going to be PX Previews exclusives. Previously, when I shared these, I wasn't really 100% sure about that. I knew that at least one Iron Fist figure would be a PX Previews exclusive. Wasn't so sure about the rest of these figures though. So now again, it is confirmed. You see the stickers on the box. So that means that you will find these figures at a comic book shop, or you may find them at FYE, because FYE does carry PX Previews exclusives as well. And you'll find these in specialty shops as well. So if you're really interested in them, you kind of got to do some legwork and really check with your local stores. That'll probably be your best bet, because even though FYE does carry them, I know me personally, I just don't have great experiences at FYE as far as paint jobs and box quality. And I've heard some other people have the same issues. So I don't know how yours is, but I know that's how it is with mine. So, you know, with me getting these figures here, I'm definitely going to my local comic shop. I'm going to check with Power Comics more than likely to try to get these. And I've been saying it and I'm saying it again. I'm definitely getting 2 of Blade, 1 in box, 1 out of box, because I'm so happy that figure is coming out. Let's keep it moving here. Guardians of the Galaxy, I've already shared the pop figures, the Dorbs, the rock candies, pocket pops, pint-sized heroes. They got some of everything on the way, and they are amazing. And if you missed seeing any of those, you could check out, you know, go back to previous Funko news and see those. But they have added to the line already one that I hadn't seen before, which is Ego, who's going to be a kind of a major character in the movie. I don't know like how much presence he'll have in the movie, but as far as who he is in the movie, pretty significant character. I'm not going to say more than that, just in case you're not in the know and you don't want anything spoiled for you. You can look here though on the right hand side and see obviously that the movie version is very different from the comic version, because Ego is basically a living planet within the comic books. So they are doing a different interpretation of the character here. I'm not sure if he's still considered like a living planet and he can change to a human form. I really don't know what's going on there, but I'm really looking forward to this character, because this character is going to be played by the one and only Kurt Russell. That's right, Stuntman Mike is going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, they got the pop figure and the Dorbs here. I'm just looking forward to that set all together for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I think the figures look awesome. My favorite probably right now, I would say, is the common Rocket Raccoon. If you haven't seen it again, you know, like I said, go back and check out the previous Funko news. And Guardians of the Galaxy, they also do have these plushies here. Funko really seems to be kind of, you know, expanding on their plushies. I don't know if they're trying to draw in like younger customers or what, you know, if they want parents to like pick these up for the kids, or because I don't know if there are too many adult collectors that are really into these. I mean, me personally, these plushies, they just don't do much for me. That, you know, that's just my own personal taste there. These I think look better than some of the other ones I've seen, but I'm just still not too crazy about them. And even more plushies here, and this one kind of surprised me. I mean, you know, they got the DC heroes going on here, but I don't know. I'm just kind of surprised that they did these, and then I'm really not so sure about the look of these either. I think I said this about the Disney plushies that I saw recently, that they look almost kind of cheaply designed, and these kind of have that same look to me. They almost look like, you know, like I said before, like prizes at a state fair. They just, I don't know, maybe they are better in person. I haven't seen these up close yet, so I would hope that they look better in person, you know, but for right now, I don't really quite get these designs. Now, going back to Walgreens, and I know how some people feel about Walgreens, but things are getting interesting with their exclusives. Now they're getting DC exclusives. Like since I've been collecting, which is just over a year now, they've been very well known for having their Marvel exclusives, but now they're getting DC as well. So you see that these are basically repaints, but as far as repaints go, I gotta say, these do jump out. They stand out to me. I think they look pretty cool. So they have the Joker there in a black suit, and they also have basically, you know, John Stewart version of Green Lantern. And I gotta say this as well. The reason I put this picture there of Jack Nicholson's Joker is just because that figure kind of reminds me of him. I don't think it's necessarily based on Jack Nicholson's Joker, but they really need to do an official Jack Nicholson Joker pop figure. That's my personal opinion. I would love to hear your opinion on that, because I feel like that's the main one that's missing now. You think about it, we just got the Batman animated series Joker. We have Jared Leto's Joker. We have Heath Ledger's Joker. So I really feel like Jack Nicholson's Joker is kind of really missing right now. And of course we had comic book versions of the Joker as well, but I really want to see a straight up Jack Nicholson version of the Joker. But yeah, as far as these Walgreens exclusives are concerned, even though they're repaints, and I know how some people feel about that, if I see these, I'm scooping them up, and I'll probably, try to help out friends as well, because I am fortunate enough to live around Walgreens that do stay pretty well stocked. This absolutely blew me away because I like the Rock Candy figures. I'm a big fan of them, and I mean, just look at these. And again, yes, these are repaints, but as far as repaints go, these are pretty awesome. They got the pink and white Harley Quinn, which is basically like the Sweetheart figure that they had last year, the pop figure. And the SDC exclusive Harley Quinn, that is this same mold and everything, but with the different coloring, with the new 52 coloring, has really jumped up in value, and I think it is a really awesome figure. And then Batgirl, I think Batgirl is a well-designed figure, and I like that color scheme on her too. It's very simple, but it just looks so clean and so smooth, and I really hope that the paint jobs are on point. I like both of these figures. They are Target exclusives, which worries me a little bit because Targets are not great in my area. So yeah, I may have to reach out to a community member there to help me out with that if I don't look up and find them myself. But I'll say definitely, if you have the Sweetheart pop figure, I mean, why not go for the Rock Candy as well? I think they would look great side by side. And if you know somebody that's a collector and you want to get them a nice gift around Valentine's time, I mean, you can't do much better than that. I think that's pretty awesome. Now, this is not a Funko product. I'm sidetracking here for a moment, but when I think about Funko and their upcoming Bombshell figures, of course, I also think about the little Bombshell figures, which were created by Cryptozoic. Okay, again, the company is Cryptozoic. They did the little DC Bombshells. So they actually have something. I have mixed feelings about this. It's not like a series 2, it's a series 1.5. So this is actually all the same figures that they did before, and I actually do have all of these, but now these are different color variants. So whereas before there was there were two versions of Wonder Woman, two versions of Harley Quinn as far as their paint jobs. They did like a Nora version of Wonder Woman and Harley Quinn. Here you see that they've mixed up the color schemes, and now Poison Ivy has two different color schemes. So they did her in sort of a Nora fashion, and they have Catwoman with sort of a Nora version going on there. So I really don't know exactly how I feel about these. I mean, I do think they look good, but at the same time, I mean, they are just the same figures, but with just different colors. So I don't know if I would try to get like the whole set again. Maybe I would try to get just certain ones. I mean, Harley Quinn, obviously, I would go for her, but yeah, I really want to hear how some other people feel about these, because I know there are some of you out there in the community that have collected these figures. So please let me know what you think about these new color schemes and this whole idea of a 1.5 series. Now, getting back to Funko, like I said, of course, their Bombshell figures are dropping. No pun intended there, but yeah, it's still a little bit weird that Joker led the way, with the male character being the first out, because I think when you think DC Bombshells, you think about the female characters. But yeah, we got the Joker first, and I've seen people snatching up that Hot Topic exclusive Joker, and some people looked up and got the Chase figure as well, which again, I think that's so cool that people I know were able to get their hands on that. Also keep in mind though that there is a Wonder Woman and then also a Wonder Woman Chase figure, and the same thing goes with Harley. Well, actually, I'm sorry, let me be clear here. The Wonder Woman is a Chase figure, that sort of sepia tone look. That's what it looks like to me. I think it's like a sepia tone. And there is an alternate version of Harley Quinn. I think it's more the Nora style. It's not actually a Chase though. It's a Think Geek exclusive. Okay, again, it's a Think Geek exclusive. So they also have, in this initial wave of these figures, because I'm pretty sure there'll be more, they also have Batgirl and Katana. I'm still a little bit weird. I find their choice is just a little bit weird. I mean, not starting off with Poison Ivy in the mix is kind of weird to me. Not starting off with Catwoman, I find that a little odd, but I guess they're thinking ahead about the next wave, you know, what's going to really grab people's attention. Maybe they don't want to put all the most popular characters up front for that reason. So I can kind of understand it from a business standpoint. But yeah, I don't have Think Geek in my state. It's nowhere near me, so again, I'm gonna have to kind of reach out and try to track that figure down. And I know that there were some online sites that actually had bundles of these figures, and they actually guaranteed a Wonder Woman chase figure on more than one website that I saw. But I'm not even gonna share the sites because I don't want to frustrate any of you. Those bundles are those pre-orders are already gone. I mean, people really jumped on them immediately. But if there is another wave coming up, it may not be Bombshells, but any particular wave that's coming up, if I think it's going to be bundled on particular sites, I will try to give you all a heads up on that in the future. The Hikari of the week, because it seems like I always end up sharing at least one Hikari a week, and it seems like it's always either Star Wars or Game of Thrones. It seems like that's where Funko is mainly focusing right now with Hikari figures. And I have mixed feelings about them, but this one I do think looks pretty good. This is the Ice Storm Snow Trooper, and yeah, just a great paint job to it, limited to just 500 pieces. So yeah, if you're a hardcore Star Wars fan, I think that, you know, this really would be for hardcore Star Wars fans. I think this one looks pretty cool. I think it looks better than the last one that I shared in Funko News. And yeah, you can go back again. You can go back and check that out if you're interested in what the other one was. But it was the same mold, but with just a different paint job. More Star Wars here, and more Walmart exclusives, which is pretty interesting because Walmart just had the 2-3 packs, and those have already started showing up in stores. People are already grabbing those up. But then they also have these Star Wars Rebels figures here. So they have Fifth Brother, the Inquisitor, and Seventh Sister, which will all be, again, Walmart exclusives. I don't follow Star Wars Rebels. I'm not like a die-hard Star Wars fans, but yeah, I think these designs are very impressive, and already I've established that I am going to help out at least one of my YouTube friends, you know, going to help him out to get these figures because Walmart doesn't really deliver in his area. They don't really carry pop figures like that, and I may actually help out somebody else in the community as well, another die-hard Star Wars fan. So hopefully, you know, if you're interested in these, hopefully you have a good Walmart in your area and you can get your hands on these. Now, Star Wars Rebels is also the focus of the next Smuggler's Bounty box, and Funko has, they've started basically just giving away what the big figure is, what the pop figure is in their Smuggler's Bounty boxes. So it's almost unavoidable if you're on their Twitter accounts or YouTube, or if you actually go to the Smuggler's Bounty website. I mean, they put it right there in your face. So I am about to show what that figure is going to be. If you've somehow managed to avoid it and you still want to avoid it, honestly, I don't know how you can, because honestly, you can't even order the box without seeing the figure. I mean, literally, it's right there on the site. But I'm still giving a heads up that I am about to show what figure is going to be in the Star Wars Rebels box. So if for some reason you don't want to see it, this would be the time to kind of look away or check out, or, you know, mute it, whatever you got to do. So this is a pretty incredible figure here. Got Darth Maul, bare-chested, you know, got the lightsaber, of course, you know, his double-sided lightsaber. Pretty incredible figure there. This is one of those figures that almost makes me wish I was more of a Star Wars fan so I could appreciate this more. But yeah, I think Star Wars fans, die-hard ones especially, are really gonna love having this figure in their collection, and I think it's one that it deserves to be out of box, you know, displayed out of box at least sometimes, because that's just a great looking figure. Love the body paint and everything that's going on with him, although I don't know enough about the character to know if that's body paint or if that's the way his skin is just supposed to be, honestly, but I'll just call it body paint. I think it looks incredible. So before I wrap this up, I do want to go beyond Funko, and yes, I know this is a long video, but people, like I said, there just been so many announcements, so I'm going to make this really rapid fire here. I do want to share some other types of figures for you, things that are not just Funko based, because I think it's important for your collection to mix things up a little bit. I mean, Funko that's the main thing that I collect. I know a lot of you, that's the main thing that you collect. But I think a collection looks so much more interesting when you do kind of mix in some other types of figures. So I think a lot of people by now are very familiar with Metals die-cast, and they have a lot of different properties that they picked up. They got the Walking Dead figures, which are already showing up in stores. In fact, I shared that in a recent video. They got Guardians of the Galaxy on the way, and also you see here they got the Power Rangers. And I think these Power Rangers figures look pretty cool, and I gotta give props to Jada Toys that produces Metals die-cast figures. They have stepped up their designs very rapidly. When they did the Batman versus Superman figures, which I think were their first Metals die-cast, figures in this style, you could see like the screws on the back, and they just, I wasn't crazy about the way they were put together, but now everything is a lot smoother. You don't see the seams quite so much. You don't see the screws on the back and all of that. So they have stepped it up really quickly. So Metals die-cast, I think they're doing awesome things. Oh, and by the way, and I didn't find images to share, and actually I don't think the images would really make a big difference because it's really about the size. They have basically the same Metals die-cast figures, some that are already available, but they're now doing them in a smaller size. I think it's like 2.5 inches tall, and they sell them for like $5 at Walmart. So yeah, the Metals die-cast figures, if you're interested in getting smaller versions that are gonna cost less, they are actually out there, and I think that's pretty cool that they are doing that. Next up here, Loyal Subjects. I don't actually own anything by Loyal Subjects, but I think that's going to change in the near future. Now, I'm not a huge Dragon Ball fan. I think these Dragon Ball figures do look pretty cool, and these are going to be available at Walmart, so they are expanding. I know up to this point, I've basically only seen Loyal Subjects figures available either online or at Hot Topic, and I don't think I've really seen them anywhere else. I'm not saying that they're not anywhere else, but that's basically where I've seen them, either online at certain websites like Entertainment Earth or in Hot Topic, or I think I may have seen them at FYE before as well. I can't even remember 100% for sure, but with them releasing in Walmart, that's going to make these a lot easier for people to find. These figures do run around $13 each, and they are smaller than Funko Pops, but what makes them very different though is that they are highly posable, and they do tend to come with some like weapons and different things as well, some little items and stuff. So even though they're not as large as Funko Pops, I think the price is justified. That's in my opinion. And they do have some Street Fighter figures coming up, which I shared months ago. They put the images out like way early, and those Street Fighter figures still haven't dropped yet, but I'm really looking forward to them. And I don't have images in this video, but you might want to look at, if you're a Street Fighter fan, check it out. Do a search, look for Loyal Subjects Street Fighter figures. I think you will be impressed. So also with Loyal Subjects, and again, these will be available at Walmart, and there actually are some exclusives going on, and that's true for the Dragon Ball set as well. Okay, they got He-Man Master of the Universe figures exclusives. They got that gold He-Man there, and then they also have a flocked Beastman, which I didn't even know that they did any flocked figures. I don't know if this is the first one or if they've done it before, but I know it's my first time seeing the actual flocked Loyal Subjects figure, and I think that is pretty cool. And that, like I said, the gold gold He-Man, I almost said Superman there, but the gold He-Man I think looks pretty cool as well. And then one more type of figure here. I'm not crazy about Titan figures, but I do see with these designs that, the reason I want to share it is that I do see that they are trying to be a little bit more flexible with their designs. Most of the figures, and I included the Doctor Who figure on here just to show you that that's what most of their figures look like. Just that very rigid body, kind of plain Jane to me. But if you look at the Cartoon Network, their next wave of the Cartoon Network figures, I do see them with some of the figures trying to be a little bit more creative with the design. So hopefully that trend will continue. So if you're a Titan fan, if you're a fan of the Titan figures, do look forward to them being a little bit more flexible with their designs. I think that's going to help them to sell a lot more figures. So that is it for this very long edition of Funko News. If you stuck with me all the way to the end, as always, I definitely appreciate that. I hope that you got something out of it, that you saw some things that you didn't know were on the horizon. and maybe you had your little list going on, things that you're interested in, and I'm sure some of you will look back through the video, and I just trying to help people with these videos, trying to help out the community. So yeah, share this video as well if you think it's going to help out any other collectors, or if you have people that you basically they help you out, you help them out, that tit for tat type of thing, you're helping each other out. Share the video so that people know what exactly you're looking for, and let them know. I mean, just that vice versa thing, help each other out, because it's all about community when it comes down to it. So definitely drop me a comment. Please make sure you drop a comment. Let me know, what are you looking forward to that you saw in this video? What are you trying to add to your collection? I love getting comments, and I love responding right back to those comments, so I really do look forward to that. Again, thank you all for watching. I can't say that enough. Big shout out to all members of the community. Let's keep it moving, let's keep it positive, and I'll talk to you all again real soon.